People-pleasing is not kindness. Not at its root. Kindness is free. People-pleasing is a bargain made by a frightened part of you. It says, I will disappear a little so you will stay. I will agree before I know what I feel. I will laugh when I am uncomfortable. I will become easy, useful, low maintenance, and pleasant. Just do not be angry. Just do not leave. From the outside, it looks sweet. From the inside, it is self-abandonment with a smile. By the end of this video, you will understand why people-pleasing forms, how it hides inside the identity of being nice, and why it eventually turns into resentment. You will learn the difference between generosity and self-erasure. You will see why saying yes when your body says no quietly teaches people to know a false version of you. And you will get one practical exercise for telling the truth in small doses before the buried self has to scream. Think about a simple invitation. Someone asks you to do something you do not want to do. Your body knows immediately. There is a small contraction, a heaviness, a quiet no. But before that no can become language, another system takes over. You imagine their disappointment. You imagine the tension. You imagine being seen as selfish or difficult. So you say yes. At first, relief. Conflict avoided. Connection preserved. You are still the good one. But later resentment arrives. You feel tired, unseen, maybe angry at the person who asked, even though they did not force you. Then shame follows the anger. Why am I upset? I agreed to this. That loop is the people-pleasing wound. The yes protects you from immediate discomfort, but it creates a deeper betrayal. The other person gets your compliance. Your real self gets abandoned. People-pleasing often begins as intelligence. In an unpredictable environment, reading others becomes a survival skill. If anger was dangerous, you learned to prevent anger. If love was withdrawn when you had needs, you learned to hide needs. If being inconvenient led to punishment, distance, ridicule, or guilt, you learned to become convenient. This is not weakness. It is adaptation. The nervous system found a route to safety. Become what the room rewards. Smile. Agree. Smooth things over. Do not ask for too much. Do not be too intense. Do not make anyone uncomfortable. The problem is that the strategy continues after the original danger is gone. You become an adult who still treats disappointment like a threat. You confuse tension with abandonment. You confuse someone else's discomfort with your failure. And you call this empathy. But empathy can feel another person without disappearing into them. People-pleasing cannot. It collapses the boundary. It says, your comfort matters so much that my truth must wait outside. This is why resentment is inevitable. Resentment is often the exiled no returning in a distorted form. Every false yes creates a debt the other person does not know they owe. The people-pleaser then faces a cruel inner split. One part wants to be good, generous, and loved. Another part is furious about the cost. Because the anger feels forbidden, it leaks out indirectly. Delayed replies, quiet withdrawal, fantasies of disappearing, sudden irritation over small things. The shadow is not creating the anger from nowhere. It is carrying the truth you would not let yourself say cleanly. Here is the part most people miss. People-pleasing does not only hide your anger, it hides your gifts. Because the same system that suppresses your no also suppresses your desire. If you learn to scan for what others want, you may struggle to know what you want. Preference becomes dangerous. Desire becomes inconvenient. Your real shape becomes blurry. You can choose the restaurant everyone else likes. You can become the partner, friend, employee, or child people praise. But somewhere inside, a quieter question starts to ache. Where did I go? Integration does not begin with dramatic rebellion. For many people-pleasers, that would only trigger more fear. It begins with small, accurate truth. Not cruel truth. Not explosive truth. Clean truth. The practice is to find the pause between the request and the automatic yes. When someone asks something of you, say, "Let me check and get back to you." That sentence is medicine. It gives your body time to speak. It interrupts the fawn response. It teaches your nervous system that you do not have to purchase safety with instant agreement. Then ask your body 3 questions. Do I want this? Do I have capacity for this? Am I saying yes from freedom or fear? If the answer is no, practice a simple refusal. I cannot do that this time. No courtroom defense. No emotional essay. No apology that invites negotiation. Just a clean boundary. For today, choose one small place where you would normally over-explain. Tell the truth with one sentence less than usual. Notice the panic that comes up. Notice the urge to repair the other person's possible disappointment. Stay with yourself. The goal is not to become hard. The goal is to stop abandoning yourself in order to be easy to love. You can also practice preference in low-stakes moments. Choose the food you actually want. Say which time works better. Admit that you are tired. These small truths teach the body that having a shape is not the same as creating danger. A self returns gradually. Not through one heroic confrontation, but through repeated moments where you stop editing yourself out of the room. At first, some people may be surprised. That does not mean you did something wrong. It may only mean they are meeting a more honest version of you than the one they were used to. Let the adjustment happen. Truth has a sound, and not everyone will clap the first time they hear it. People-pleasing is not kindness. It is what kindness becomes when it is fused with fear. Real kindness includes you. Real love does not require your disappearance as proof of devotion. The people who can only love the version of you with no needs, no limits, and no inconvenient truth are not loving you. They are loving your performance. The wound begins to heal when you let your real self enter the room slowly. A preference, a pause, a boundary, a no. At first, it may feel like danger. Later, it starts to feel like dignity. This is the work of the shadow guide, not becoming less loving, but becoming less false. Subscribe for the next long-form teaching, where we go into envy as a map to the exiled self. And tonight, before you say yes, pause long enough to ask whether the answer is coming from your truth or your fear.